Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Kahakodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. That by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I'm driving, so I just be roughly paraphrasing scriptures. Just a little article that's in this AI Perplexity app or whatever. They have some pretty decent news articles. So I'm in tech and science right off. And this is going off into X, formerly known as Twitter. It says admits content moderation failures after Grok AI scandal, right? So basically, if you've been keeping up with this story, or if you've seen what has been happening with this, let me see, I could probably just get it real quick. Social media platform X acknowledges lapses in content moderation on January 11th, following a global outcry over its AI chat box Grok generating sexual, explicit, non-consensual content, basically. So basically, they can take your face, put it on the face of somebody getting a back blew out, or they can put your face, they can have your face, man on man, ruin your career, ruin your relationship, just, they can put your face on whatever, man. They can put your face on somebody, having sex with a damn animal or something like that. But overall, the reason why we touch on these things is because we understand, see, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, and we understand that we've seen videos with the apostles recently, as of maybe about a month, going on maybe 2 months or so, where some disgruntled nigga it had a video of Israelites, drinking blood and eating flesh, and the shit look real. I mean, you can tell it's AI, but it still look real, so if a regular old nigga can do something like that, just think about what the government has. Probably some of the news that you watch every day, telling if the shit is real or not. But the point that I wanted to make is to be circumspect, walk circumspectly, and just pray to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. And then we all have a lot. Whatever Esau is going to do, he's going to do, and it's going to be all about the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai on the left hand side anyway. But just a heads up that this man he's out here. He know that he has but a short time, so he's definitely becoming more agitated. He's becoming more sloppy. He's becoming more. He's kind of like a animal. Cornered. They get to showing their teeth, they growling and shit. That as soon as they ready to lash out, man, because they're trying to protect themselves, or they're trying to get out of what they feel to be, for lack of better terms, they're in a defense mode. They're feeling like they're being, it's fight or flight right now with Esau, basically. So he's gonna come down with those particular things, man. It's nothing for him to, make it seem as if a brother done said this or that. Brother may not even have been in the area, or not even the state, or even the country for that matter. He can place you anywhere, and make it seem as if you've said this or if you said that. And hey, this new technology, this AI, this shit is something serious, man. It is taking over. I mean, and matter of fact, it is taking over real quick. The jump in AI within the past 3 years is incredible, man. And it's all Esau's miracles on the left-hand side. So, we have to be circumspect, with these particular things. They're going to come down with that great wrath because they know that they have but a short time. Esau is really losing it. It's news story after news story. This man just losing it. That boy Trump, it's like you think that they really just go ahead and shut that man down. But they're allowing this guy to continue, man. The shit he doing, ain't no way nobody would have got away with the shit he's doing 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. A president wouldn't even have thought of doing the shit that he's doing right now. As I was watching, he was doing a little interview on a plane where they was talking about this, this lady that got shot in Minnesota by ICE. And he was basically like, you know what I'm saying, she was rude. He should basically, you know, in so many words, she shouldn't have been rude to the officer. So that gave, you know, he has full immunity to gun your ass down for him basically not even liking what you know. As a matter of fact, I was watching what's it called? Hunger Games last night. Watched part 1. I had to kind of, you know, shut it down on part 2. It was getting later, which I'll pick back up on it. But, you know, in that Hunger Games, there was a part where, you know, you got these guys in these white suits. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? They're pretty much like the police / military. They, you know, they're all, you know, they're all over the citizens, fucking them all up. And but there's this scene where they had this guy in the town square, you know, whipping his back end as if he was a nigga. I kind of looked at that as being symbolic, but they was whipping his back end. You know what I'm saying? But the way that guy was acting, that was whipping his back, he was the overall general of the shit, man. And he punched the shit out of homegirl, jawed her ass, you know, and pulled his gun out and was ready to pop all of them. And then, you know, that's a part where Woody Harrelson, he plays a part in there where he steps in, you know what I'm saying, and you know, calms this guy down. Because he was like, fuck that. He's like, next time. And then he told him, he was like, y'all get out of here. There's a curfew. Anybody that's out here, we catch out here at night, we gunning your ass down on sight. And he was serious as fuck. You know, he wiped the blood from his whip. He had blood splatter on his face and shit. And that was a matter of fact, when you look at that movie too, as well, because at first, you look at the movie, they're picking out, you know, people out of these districts, right? Whether old, young, make no difference how old you were, race, whatever. They pick your damn name out of a lottery, so to speak. They pick your name, they see your name, they yell your name out, and you walk your ass up there. So now out of these 24 people that they pick, it's only supposedly be one living. Everybody you got to kill each other. And then when you go into the movie, basically, you know, and I'm just shifting gears, you know what I'm saying? But again, you know, but it's spiritual. It's a spiritual movie. Because they got a few different ones of it. You know, I'm going to try and run through all of them. But basically, you know, you got the poor and you got super poor and you got super fucking rich. And there's no in between. And that's pretty much where the world is at right now. You know, and you know, the way those officers was acting, like, you know, them people didn't get out of hand. Matter of fact, they were so damn hungry in a sense they didn't have the strength to get out of hand. You know? They was going out pretty much overall illegally hunting. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, even like right now, you know, you can still hunt, but Esau, he'll come down the pipe on your ass, man, where he's like, nah, you ain't about to hunt shit. You gonna come to us for everything, you know? And then you got over in France and UK, they're all in solidarity over there, you know what I'm saying, as far as they pulling up these damn tractors right in the middle of the city, in the capital and shit, and dumping cow manure all over the roads. They burning damn tires. There's no parliament, no traffic can get through. And they just holding that shit down because the people over there, they're tired, man. You know, the people throughout the world are tired of Esau's shit. No one can survive, man, with this man being... And basically, they're just busting down the food. You know? Because that's what the farmers are talking about. Their cattle. You know, they don't have no say over their cattle anymore. You know, they're coming up with all these stipulations. And that's coming from up top. That's coming from these rulers up top. You know what I'm saying? The elite. Because the only way that they can really get you to... pretty much go for this chip in a sense, or this microchip, because that's what it's leading up to, Revelation 13:16. The only way that they can really get you to do that, you know, or they're gonna force a lot of people with hunger. And it's not gonna be forced, I'm saying, as far as like, they're gonna, if you want something to eat, that's gonna be one of their tactics, for lack of better words. I'll put it that way. One of their tactics is gonna be, do you want to eat? Do you want to drink? Because even in the Hunger Games, you know what I'm saying, you know, they didn't have water or fresh water. It was water around them, but it wasn't water that you can drink. And that's like Esau too. You know, he's fucking with the groundwater. He's fucking with the creeks. He's fucking with the rivers. He done fucked up everything. So basically, if you want any clean, filtered water, you would have to come to him for it. And if you don't know how to live off the grid, you don't know how to, you know, do all that stuff yourself, then you're fucked. And they know that a lot of people don't, because, you know, a lot of people have been, you know, They done been pulled into Esau's system, man, of just being in a city. I mean, pretty much overall, these shits is pretty much about like 15-minute cities already. Only thing is you can drive outside of those 15 minutes and go somewhere else into another city and do some shopping if you want to. But other than that, everything is around you. But they can shut all that shit down at the drop of a dime. You don't have any more independent shops. There's no more independent supermarkets. There's no more independent gas stations. There's no more, and it's just a few people that own all the shit that all the people need. So they can just easily say, well, hey, you want our product, then you're going to have to go about it this way. We're going to need you to come down and get chipped. And if you don't have the chip, you're not going to be able to get any goods, man. So it is what it is. That's why that scripture talks about no man will be able to buy or sell unless he have the mark. And that's going into rich and poor, whoever, man. Don't make no difference if you got $500 million or $500 in the bank. The only people that are really going to be exempt from that chip, pretty much in a sense, and it's going to be by the spirit and power of Yahweh H.I.M, but the elite, they're not going to be getting chipped, man. They're going to be the ones that's in control of who the fuck getting chipped. Other than that, if you out here and you dealing with this man's currency, you're going to have to get that shit to survive, man. So, when I seen, little shit like this right here, all this AI shit, all this digital shit, we just have to be on point, and just prayer, man, you know what I'm saying? Just, walking circumspectly, and really just trusting in Yahweh Bashim. Because again, with this Grok shit, yeah, they was fucking a lot of people over with this, man. It's nothing for you to do an AI image and say, hey, I want whoever being, banged out by whoever, because they, it's been a few stories where they got a couple of bills or a couple of laws coming up now where, women or, like teenagers, like little high schoolers and shit like that, all a damn freaky ass high school dude needed was your headshot, a photo of your headshot, and he can just AI your shit and make it seem as if so that a lot of little chicks got their little high school dream work, what I'm saying, so to speak, destroyed. They cheerleaders, or they might be on a debate team, or whatever the case may be. You know how it be. They just in school, and just got this little so-called lily white chick. She getting she getting straight A's. Then next thing you know, it's a video that's going across the whole damn school of her getting banged out by 3-4 guys, or whatever the case may be. So they can do that with this AI, and that shit is dangerous as hell. That's just one example. They can make it seem like you doing whatever, man. Shit, somebody get gunned down, they can make it seem like you done a damn school shooting. They can make it seem like, what I'm saying, whatever's going on in the news, they can make it seem as if you had a part in it if they really want to. So I'm pretty much about at my destination. I just wanted to these fucking people be driving so stupid. And I'm gonna end out there, man. But all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hakodash, and double honors again to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And with that, Shalom. Hey, if you want to go into this article, pretty much all you got to do is just put in this information, and you can Google AI and it'll pop up if you brothers want to go into it. And I wish I had if I had sat down or whatever. It's just something that I seen I wanted to just speak on. But if some we can go delve deeper into it if some of you brothers want to just go into this story, because the AI is crazy, man. It's crazy work, man. So with that, Shalom.